Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be watching a video called Crazy Dutch Bridges, the Science of Erasmusbrug, Rotterdam, the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure I just totally butchered that name, Erasmusbrug. I have no idea how that's pronounced, but I'm pretty sure Rotterdam, I'm pronouncing that right. It's a city in the Netherlands, and I know that the Netherlands in general, like, they're pretty famous for, you know, like their infrastructure because they have built a lot of things. What is that? It looks like a Lego.
The variety of bridges has to deal with the situation in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a country with a lot of waterways, very close to the ocean. We are below sea level. It's creative, but on the other hand, you also have to look to the typical site. What are the possibilities of that site? And that also determines partly the type of bridge you are building at that location.
Of course, yeah, you're just
this is a Roman type of bridge, or masonry bridge. It's completely built with stones. Oh. And then the arch form is the most convenient form to carry the loads. The arches are relatively small, but it has to do also with the material. They were not able to build bridges with large spans. This is a relative cheap solution, just a plate girder bridge. So you can build up it in totally and then go to the side and put it in position. There are numbers on the bridges also inside in the bridge that's useful for inspection. So if you observe something, you can make your remarks on paper and say, at that position I found a fatigue crack, or there is a need for extra conservation and that kind of stuff. This is a very modern one. This type of form is an architect who has a very important input for this bridge. But also due to modern technology, the material is improving, so you are able to make more slender structures. Now this is comparable with the previous one. Cables from top of the pylon and then to the deck.
Yeah, those cables.
So it's a so-called cable-stayed bridge. These bridges are used in areas where you need longer spans. The cable stays are an alternative, let's say, for the arch bridge. Also, you have to connect these steel cables to each other. There are people who like it to see the reality of a connection.
Yeah,
but it could also be done inside the bridge itself.
That one looks like a Lego.
Choice. Yeah, this is a steel deck. The steel parts are shipped to this area, welded together. Then they build up a surfacing system, an asphalt layer or a concrete layer. And this is a so-called bascule bridge with one hinge, with a counterweight at the other side. So you need a rather light mechanical equipment to open and to close the bridge. It's more or less in equilibrium. The type of the bridge, that's just the choice of the architect.
This one looks crazy.
Okay, I like to build a very nice bridge. It makes it very attractive.
And particular looking.
Technical reason to choose for this. It makes it more expensive. That's for sure, but it's very nice to see.
Yeah, it looks nicer.
And a normal solution would be that you have a point here and a point here. So it opens just in parallel in the direction of the road. If people are making a film in Rotterdam, you will always see a shoot from the Erasmusbridge and from the Willemsbridge. That makes also the city of Rotterdam interesting for filmmakers. Nice buildings, nice bridges.
This one looks crazy.
So
this situation looks insane.
Spin-off. But on the other hand, you have to realize that it costs more money. This is also a bascule bridge.
Yes.
So let's say the counterweight is below the bridge, so you don't see it. Yeah, and what you see here, that's a typical steel bridge with a steel orthotropic bridge deck. If you look it from below, and then you see a lot of longitudinal ribs and some cross beams. And that's a typical steel bridge deck, and used for movable bridges, but also for the most modern fixed bridges, and it's not a unique Dutch concept. It's used everywhere, in the States, in China, everywhere you see the same type of structure. A bridge is built for, let's say, 100 years, 120 years.
Seriously?
So people can enjoy it for a very long time.
Okay, that's surprising to me.
This is also a cable stayed, that these tubes are used for other infrastructure.
They look like kind of flimsy.
Just for telephone,
looks like the San Francisco
internet,
bridge.
and that kind of things. It isn't a part of the structural behavior of the bridge. This is also a very traditional bridge. You see it a lot in the Netherlands, and then the counterweight is not below the road surface, but the counterweight is now in this
I like
area.
this one.
And that's with respect to costs, that's a very attractive solution.
It's cheaper.
Let's say for a bascule bridge, you have to build a very large concrete basement for the mechanical equipment as well as for the room you need for the counterweight. This is just a typical inspection tool, and the advantage of this inspection tool is that you can put it very easy on the bridge. It's just a truck, and the whole system is folding open, and so you can come very easy under the bridge.
Yeah, it looks less scary than I thought. Oh, okay. I have to say, it surprises me. Like, one of the things that surprised me the most is that the bridges apparently are designed to last like over 100 years, which I would think it's actually like, wait, that long? Like, I don't know. I would think, bridges I think need to be replaced. Maybe not like 50 years, but I would think 50 years is a long time. So I would think, well, yeah, like maybe like 50 years seems like the average. But it's like, no, it lasts like 100 years. Like, they're built to last a really long time. And I'm wondering if obviously you really do maintain them and you maybe like do some repairs and you like modernize the structure, maybe it can last for a very long time. I know obviously there's bridges like all over the world that are obviously older than just 100 years, but obviously those are the ones, they're antique bridges that are built in like stone and not these modern structures. But I think bridges tend to be like a little scary. Like, because when you're like passing through, I mean, you're not constantly, but sometimes you can think like, oh my God, that thing's gonna fall. And if this falls, then, you're just like, you're in the water. So I don't know. It's kind of like, it can be like a scary situation, just go through like bridges, especially if they're very long. And I don't know, because I'm thinking like, it's so funny because they're like the close up of the like the metal structures, the metal beams and stuff. I don't know, it makes me like, I don't know, I don't want to know. It's like, please don't show me this. Because I think when you're looking at them like that, it's, I don't know why. They look, obviously they're beautifully built. And of course I trust them completely. I know they're obviously, like, there's a bunch of engineers working on this and they have worked on this and they don't really have accidents and they're well maintained. But at the same time, I think like they look kind of flimsy. I don't know. They look like plastic, although I know obviously they are and they're metal. But still, I'm like, I don't want to know how the metal beams are like, I don't know how they're put, because it triggers me. I'm like, oh my God, the thing that I don't know, like it looks very like, what if it falls? What if this fails? Although I know like it's all in your head. Like, this is perfectly fine. It's perfectly safe. It's perfectly safe. But it's kind of like, oh, I had no idea that thing looked like that. Like the little, like, because it's like a cable and it has like another like thing surrounding them that I think is probably like more metal but a different kind of metal, because they have to be like flexible. I think it's not just like a rigid like metal structure. There are some points that are very, very rigid because obviously they have to, it's a bridge. But I think in general, all those like metal beams that you see, I think some of them, because I've been in bridges where you like when there's wind and the car's passing through, like the thing moves. It's a structure that is not. When you're looking at clips, obviously the whole thing is like it doesn't appear to be moving, but when you're actually passing by in real life, you can see the thing like it moves like it's normal. So it's like, well, yeah, it needs to be flexible because I think it also goes like it's physics, and obviously it needs to be flexible because it was rigid. I think would be like that would be unsafe. But it's funny, like looking at the close-up, it's like, this is kind of scary. I don't want to know. But I love the one that's the ones that are the mobile bridges. I think those are my favorite ones. They are so cool. I've never seen like that, like the ones that are like they were so creative. The ones that was just like, I don't know how to even say it. Like it was like a metal, like an arm, and the thing was just like this, like in diagonal. It's so weird, but it's so funny that he was like, you don't actually have to build them like that. You know, it's in the architect's like design because he wants to do something cool and he wants the thing to look like nicer. But it's not a necessity of the bridge. Like it doesn't need to be built that way in order for it to work. But there's like a lot of them. I think probably my favorite one was the last one of those like mobile types where it was just like, it looked like they had like a pulley and like a trolley, and it looked like there's two arms just like like pushing the bridge. Obviously there aren't arms, it's just like metal structures, but it looks like this, like if you were like grabbing onto something and you were like holding it. So it looked great. I think that one was probably my favorite. And I've never seen like the thing with arms. I think all the mobile bridges that I've seen in my life are just, you know, they're like the plainer ones that are just like they're in the middle. And I haven't did like these ones. I don't know. It was just like this. It was just like one part. The ones I've seen in real life are like two, it's like divided in half, and then, you know, like it goes like this. So, and I had no idea that it was just like, well, I guess if like the distance of a shorter bridge, maybe you can just like do this. But again, the ones I've seen are like they're split down the middle and they have to look like this, and that, you know, the ships pass through like the middle of the canal. But yeah, I love this, and also I love the fact like, well, how they do maintenance. I was expecting it to be like, oh my god, this is gonna be so scary, like the whole concept of like workers, and that I think it looks like a type of job that's quite like nerve-inducing and nerve-wracking. But actually, like, oh, it isn't as bad as I thought. It was like, and he was like, it's the most modern type, like it's just common, just like a truck, and it has like, I don't know, this thing, and like you're just like comfortably there. And then you're like the thing stretches down below and you're just like there. I thought they had like harnesses and stuff, but it was like, no. Again, it's just a truck. It looks perfectly like it's safe. It's like, oh, okay, it doesn't look that scary. So good for them. Loved it. But yeah, this was actually quite interesting. And yeah, and I'll see you next time. Bye.